As you all know, today we began a new chapter of Ohio football, and I was proud yesterday to announce that our former associate head coach, Tim Albin, has now agreed to become our new head coach of the Ohio Bobcats. Many of you know Tim. He's been with us for 16 years. He's led our offense to record-setting heights, and he's been an instrumental part of our success as a program. He was a great recruiter for us. I imagine he will still continue to be, and he was obviously a right hand to Coach Solich, as you heard yesterday. What you may not know about Coach Albin is that he previously coached at North Dakota State and in Nebraska, and he also is a national champion coach, winning an NAIA title at Northwestern Oklahoma State earlier in his career. I believe Tim has the vision, the character, and the experience to sustain our success and to even elevate our program in pursuit of our next MAC championship. I'm happy to say our student athletes have already rallied around Coach Albin. We had a great message to them yesterday morning, a great team building activity today, and they're very excited to begin fall camp here in just a few weeks as they prepare for the 2021 season. And with that, I think Coach Albin has a few words he would like to say before we get started.
Thank you, Ms. Cromer. I couldn't be more excited, truly humbled and honored to have the opportunity to lead this program. I'm looking forward to working with you and the vision for athletics here at Ohio University, and it's very exciting. Thank you.
Justin.
Hi, Tim. Justin Holbrook, NBC4 in Columbus. What you, Coach Solich, and Jeremy Burrow up till 2019 built was obviously a big change for Ohio before you guys came all the way back in 2005, and you elevated the program to where it is today. I wonder how you take what you've done over the past 16 years and take it to that next step that you're trying to get to there at OU to make it one of the premier programs, not just in the MAC, but in the country.
Right. It's a great question. Through Coach Solich's leadership and a strong coaching staff, we've been able to get some things done. I think the next step you're talking about, I think we're close. We're there. This group of a young man that's going through summer workouts right now, doing a fabulous job. And I think with we get the staff finalized with the one spot in the next coming days, maybe take 10 days or so. I really think that it's there. Coach, yesterday's a tough day, but we got 10 or 12 days left with the guys, and we had workouts, or we had a function this morning, and it was business as usual. So I'm very excited about the direction.
Jack.
Hi, Coach. Jack Gleckler from The Post. Like Julie had said earlier, the last time you were in a head coaching position at Northwestern Oklahoma State, you won the NAIA National Championship back in 1999. Although that was 20 plus years ago, what can you pull from that experience to kind of elevate Ohio from even further where you and Coach Solich and Coach Burrow brought it over the past 16 seasons?
Right. I think one of the most things I'm looking forward to is getting back on the sideline and looking guys in the eye. I've been in the press box for quite some time now. I'm very excited about getting down there and being part of that energy. There's going to be calmness, but I'm an excitable guy, very passionate. I love the guys, and I think that my energy, and looking them in the eye and getting a chance to work with the defense a little bit, on some things. I think that's going to hopefully give us a little bit of an edge. And the big thing, can I take something from 20 years ago? It's like riding a bike. I think, I have headphones on the whole time. I don't think I'll need them. I just think I'll get in a flow. And we've got an outstanding staff that's been here, we've been together. So you combine those two things, I think it can be special.
Ryan.
Hey, Coach. Ryan Wilson from WTAP News at Parkersburg, West Virginia. First of all, congratulations. Frank was very congratulatory of you in his press conference yesterday. Spoke very highly of you. You've worked with him, since going back to Nebraska. So what is something you've learned from him in terms of a coaching technique or anything that you will use in your first year and then your whole career here at OU?
The number one thing that coaches taught me over the years, and that's the coach-player relationship, and that's trust. And he is all about that. I think, today's student athletes respond so much better to old school coaching. And that's the number one thing. And I firmly believe in it. And so does the staff. That's probably the main ingredient that we got here with our culture. And there are others, don't get me wrong. There's a recruiting plan. There's there's schemes that go into that. But the coach-player relationship and the honesty, once you have trust developed, the guys, that's when you get to something special going.
Thank you.
Joe.
Hey, Coach Albin, WAB Public Media in Athens. First off, congratulations on becoming the new head coach of Ohio football. Second, before you, along with being the offensive coordinator for 16 years, you're also the running back coach. And now the other day they brought in Tyler Tettleton, someone that you get to be the offensive coordinator when he was here. Tell me about what it is to have him as part of your staff now.
I think we're still in that process.
Thank you.
But I will say, just for a moment, and then I'll turn it over to Coach, who obviously knows Tyler and Coach Tim. We have a lot of great former players in this program, and I know that rumor is out there, but I don't think that additional position has been filled just yet. You want to talk about Tyler, though?
Yeah, Tyler, obviously a great player. Someday there'll probably be a statue with him. He's already been inducted to the Hall of Fame. Some unbelievable, remarkable wins, the bowl wins, first one ever. But he is a tremendous talent. I think a rising star in the profession, and NFL experience and those types of things. He's trying to work his way up the ladder, but he's even a better person off the field. So,
Kevin.
Hey, Coach. Kevin Wiseman from the Athens Messenger. Congratulations. Can you just talk a little bit? You mentioned how yesterday was an emotional day. Can you talk about what the emotions have been like through this process? Obviously, you're excited to take over and be the head coach at Ohio, but obviously difficult circumstances with Coach Solich. Can you just talk about what the emotions have been like dealing with that, and then also, getting excited, getting ready for the challenge here?
thank you. Yeah, yesterday was a tough day, and I've been with Coach for a long time. He's a mentor, as a friend. It hasn't been all bed of roses. There's been moments, don't get me wrong. We didn't win every game, trust me. So, but it was tough. It was tough on me just to see Coach, and he's a big, strong, tough guy. He did great, and me not so much, but he got through it, and it's bittersweet, but I couldn't be more excited. He's the program is at, I think, all-time high, and there's going to be expectations, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Justin with a follow-up.
It's not very often in today's college landscape you see a coordinator stick around for a few years, let alone 16. I wonder, what was it about Athens, about OU, the program, that made you want to stay for as long as you did to get to this point where now you are the head coach? I'm sure you had offers to other places throughout these past 16 years.
That's a great question. It's all about timing. There's been opportunities for not only myself, other guys in the staff, my kids that were there in school, or high school, junior high. There's a lot of decisions go into that. And Brooke and I love the Athens community, and we love the university. My son attends school here. My daughter's in nursing school, local college. It's just the timing has got a lot to do with those opportunities. At no time was I'm staying here because of today. That's not what fuels me. It's just a great program. I'm not an alum. I'm not an alum of Ohio University, but I've been here 16 years, as you said. So if an alum, they're only here 4 years. I've been here 16. I'm a Bobcat through and through, and just so proud.
Jack.
Coach, like you said a bit earlier, there's a lot of expectations that come with this coaching job. One of those kind of the elephant in the room is winning the MAC championship game. What's kind of your plan and your process for this season with the very tough schedule that you have ahead to secure that MAC championship, or over the next couple seasons, finally secure that MAC championship for Ohio?
I think that started in the spring practice. I really do. And that's a focus, obviously, for the program. It's a goal that we have not achieved. Been close many times, and I think we attacked that starting spring practice with coach and how we approach things. That has carried over. Coach has done an unbelievable job on. We haven't had a lot of turnover here, but hiring people. He's the best in the business. He is a great man of reading people, and we've got things in place here. I say that leading you into we lost our strength coach late spring, I think, and Jake Miller. He has brought a great attitude to our guys. Really bought in, and like I mentioned earlier, about 12 days to go in the summer, I had a chance to be with Jake this morning en route to our team function, and he has got these guys bought in. So I think we're close. As you know, I mean, football, there's no tournament. It's every game's important, and you got to go on the road in our conference, and from top to bottom, it is as strong as it's ever been. We're going to take them one at a time when we get there. And we got 4 tough games before we start conference play. So I don't want to get the cart ahead of the horse, but our guys are locked in, and they know what's at stake. And we're taking them, we're going to take them as they come. And we'll be ready come game 4 when we start league play.
Kevin with a follow-up.
Yeah, Coach, just, from your standpoint, what's maybe the biggest challenge between now and practices start, just on your end, being the head coach versus, just the associate head coach, just kind of what will you be trying to get done in the next couple of weeks, specifically?
Yeah. Our focus will be these next 12 days with the team, and it's business as usual. I mean, we pulled out of the parking lot this morning at 7:00 on a bus, and the guys were, punching me in the arm a little bit, but business as usual. It's over, and they're going to respond. They know Tim, they know my personality, they know what I stand for, and so we're business as usual. So I'm very excited.
Joe with a follow-up.
Hey, so with the season drawing near, but with a lot of the guys returning from last year, does it make it, is that like an easier transition to moving into, having a new head coach because they're all more experienced as compared to a younger team?
I think yes, I really believe that. With the COVID and what we call super seniors, the guys that, DeMontre Tuggle, we have others that have chose to basically put their life on hold, that have graduated, that want to come back and play another year. And there's going to be some problems with that. There's only one ball. I think we're talented, so there'll be challenges getting it distributed the right way, just from an offensive standpoint. So I think it's a good thing, and it's going to help where we are right now, making this transition in July.
Marty.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Joe kind of asked the question I was going, but I'll maybe take it a step further with what you have coming back and the fact that you've been on the staff and the talent that's there right now. And certainly that does ease the transition, but there's still a tremendous amount of pressure, and that. What has Frank said to you in the time since all this has come down about how you handle all that? I'm sure you've learned a lot from him. Oh,
absolutely. One of the key things with the media, hey, when you get the question answered, stop talking. I struggle with that sometimes, but I think from a schematic standpoint, keep it as simple as you can so they can play fast. That's coach speak, but it's factual. I think defensively we can run. We've got an enormous amount of speed, and we've got some depth. Just from a defensive standpoint, you got to keep a few key guys healthy offensively, with everybody returning. Again, my comment with one ball, we got a lot of talented guys, and you combine that with our special teams, and we added a couple guys on the roster through the portal that I think is going to help us. So, with coaches, his legacy and being with him for so many years, and the things I mentioned earlier, our number one ingredient, I think we are, it's going to be a lot of fun for the Bobcat Nation. I really do.
Do we have any more questions? Jack, go ahead.
Now, Coach, like you said before, it's been a very emotional time with Frank stepping down and his retirement and your elevation to head coach. In his press conference yesterday, Frank said that his condition kind of jumped up on him a bit. And did that kind of rush, or did his kind of pivot? I can't talk today. Did that kind of jumping up on him with his condition kind of rush the transition, your transition into head coach faster? Maybe that did that kind of rush things up a bit for your transition to head coach?
I've known Coach a long time, and I don't want to speak to, about Coach and I's conversations about his condition. All I can do is turn to Ms. Cromer. As far as the timeline, all those things, I'm going to let her take that question if you would like to. Or
Sure. I think every program transition comes at our new coach fast. And so, once we make the announcement, then that person, the new head coach, regardless of whether or not it's football, men's or women's basketball, any other sport, they're automatically on. So I don't know if the timing necessarily changed the transition. And I think one of the other things that Tim really brings us is a lot of continuity. And while I think it's a really good question to ask about the impact of the timing, I might offer that in some ways, Tim being here gives him a head start on the transition in ways that we don't always have. Many of you know we're involved in coaching searches in other sports right now. And when people come in, it hits them all fast, and everything is new. Tim is 2 laps around the track already, maybe 3,
Right.
maybe 3, versus what we see with other coaches. So I think it's a really good question, an interesting point, but I also think you kind of had a head start in some ways.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Joe.
Okay, so last question for me. Since you've become the new head coach, have you gotten to do like a team building activity with the team yet? Or do you have like something planned for the future for the guys to like all do something together?
Sure. It's a great question. We left out this morning on a team function, did a little 3.1 mile hike together today. And the guys had a great time. And like I said earlier, 5 minutes in, it was just business as usual. And so a lot of laughing and giggling and a lot of fist pumping. So it's business as usual today. Tomorrow morning we start at 6:15 with our next workout. So it's exciting.
Justin.
Right now, we haven't seen the transfer portal be ever more full than it is right now. And I wonder, for guys that committed to OU because of Frank Solich, what have you told them? What are you saying to them? Obviously, you've been there for a long time, but is there anything that you have to say to those guys that are maybe considering, well, I came here because Frank Solich, or are they comfortable in knowing that the continuity is still there because you've been there for a long time as well?
How you end that question is perfect. The continuity is here, as Ms. Cromer had mentioned, and the portal's the portal. We're totally supportive of it, and anybody that wants to do that, we're going to help in any way that we can. I don't anticipate any of that going on, but I don't have a crystal ball. I just know that it's a tool that's been provided by the NCAA. I'm behind it. We're behind it and support it.